All right, all right, all right. How is we doing on a Thursday night? How are we doing? Okay. Bum. Those are all new textures. That's nice. And then that's all good. Good. I need to check something. Did I put this world on peaceful or not? I don't think I did. There you go. Put it on hard. And then Pillager. Where you at? There you go. Yes. It's working. It's working. The mod's working. Look, we get a dialogue menu when we right click on them. So cool. So cool. This also pretty cool. It's very compact. I like the fact that it's very compact. But it still works. And technically we could have multiple items. We could have two of these if we wanted to. And we could have another one sitting up here if we wanted to. But not necessary in this case. Not necessary in this case. Good. Are we live? Are we live? We're live on YouTube. That's good. We're live on Twitch. That's also good. Right. Now, let's get started on what we're going to be doing today. We are going to make a system or a mechanism that allows me to store these, but they're also going to be pacified in the process. I think I've transferred over the witch bank schematic that I used for storing the witches on the Just Create server. And I think that is going to be a good like did I not put it in here? I thought I did. Let me check. Schematics. It is in there. Which, no. Maybe it's only like Metacom? It might be only like Metacom. It is. Load schematic. Let me move that a little bit. Okay, and then we'll control. Oh, I need a stick for that, right? Sticks are in here. Do I not have pasting set up? Huh. Hotkeys. Alright, schematic to file. Where is it? Where is it? Is it just this guy? Wait, execute the current selection tool operation. Yes. We'll do pause. No, wait, we don't want to do pause. Ooh. Briscoe? Here's your wisdom. There you go. Let's do that. There we go. That's a good one. Yeah, it is. It's a really good one. So this is our storage facility, right? Technically, we would be able to have 20 pillagers in here. Now, what we're gonna have to do, right? What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to split this off. So I'm gonna get rid of one of these sides. I'm gonna figure out how to do this on one side, and then we're mostly talking about line of sight. Already finished it? Yes, I did. It's actually, I like it a lot. It's very simple. So if you have a pillager and you right click it, you get a dialog menu, right? And then to edit your dialogues, you grab a feather, right? And you crouch click, and then you get 3 menus. You get a simple, this is just static test. So let's say, hello there, right? Hello there, save. And then we, look, hello there. There you go. Now, let's say we get rid of this, right? Let's say we want to do a choice, right? And we do, are you winning? Oh, winning, son. And then let's say we answer yes. We go, good on ya. No, you're a disappointment. You know, getting those real dad vibes in there. So now we get a menu with a question, and we can do yes or no. If we do yes, good on ya. And if we do no, we get you're a disappointment. Right? And then we can do advanced as well, which is a little harder to do. Because you have to go advanced JSON. I still need to rename this. But basically, let me get a template on it. I think I have a template saved somewhere. I don't know where. But basically it's, I think it's, type, text. No, yeah, text. And then you can also do, so that would just give you a line without question or like without an answer. You can also do, type, question, and then you can do node 1, node 2, stuff like that. But this is for like advanced conversation. If you want to have like a multi-tiered structured conversation with a NPC, you can do this if you wanted to. Which it's easier to just do this in like a text editor and then paste it in. I know, but you can, yes, exactly. I have one saved somewhere, but I need to figure it out. I need to figure out where I saved it. But that's basically it, right? That's basically the whole thing. JSON is fine. Yeah, I feel like this is mostly going to be for personal use, and if I ever release it, I can do like little fill-in templates. You know, I can add fill-in templates into like the text documentation so that people can just fill that in and then paste it into the query if they want to, right? But that's the whole thing. And so if you now pacify this guy so he doesn't attack you every time you're trying to talk to him, or maybe you don't, maybe you want him to attack you, that's possible. But now you have one mob, and this doesn't work on villagers. This is the cool part. It's only pillagers. Only pillagers that are that you can talk to. Hello, DK. You're here. I know. Okay, so we're gonna change this to store pillagers. Right? We're gonna store them. And two, do you plan on inviting people into the world, or is it just kind of both? Kind of both. No, I want this to store villagers, but also once they're in here, I want them to pacify themselves. So I want like a villager in the middle of this that they have to shoot at, but the villager doesn't die. Right? That's kind of the goal. Hopefully. I think someone's at my door. Give me a second. I'll be right back. All right, back. We are good to go. Let's figure this out. I'm gonna start with getting rid of half of this. I think I could also just do /wand. Grab you all the way over here. Place here. Boom. Do you need the trading on the NPCs? Why would I need the trading on the NPCs? Why would I need trading on NPCs? They're just there for flavor. To add some text into the world. To add some interaction with mobs into the world. I mean, the problem is if I do custom trading. You made hot dog shops? Yes, but I can still do that using create, right? I can still combine the NPC with a numismatics. Where is it? With a numismatics, either a vendor even, or a depositor, or even better, with the good old-fashioned create tablecloth. Right? We already have something that allows us to sell things in the game. I will just use the pillager skin. I don't think we need it to be different. So here's my question. I want to see what their line of sight is if they're in a minecart on this track. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna grab you. There you go. Nope, don't get out. There you go. Wait, why is it getting out? Isn't it Vindicators? Why would I know Vindicators? No, this is... Those are Johnnies. That's different. Is it because this guy is not up? No. He shouldn't be getting out. Okay, this is... Why is he getting out? F3B. Huh? He's the same height of a villager, so... Okay, this is weird. Pillagers jumping out of minecarts. No. What's happening here? Huh. Let's say I go in a different direction. Does this still happen? Huh. Strange. Huh? Huh? Okay, so that's not good. He keeps jumping out of his minecart. See? He keeps jumping out of his minecart. What happened to Troll Ash? That's still on. It probably won't be on stream because, you know, schedules are busy and we're on different time zones. But I will make a video out of it. So you will still get the content, but not on stream. You'll still get the content, not on stream though. Yeah, just schedules. Okay, but why? What? Why? Why? Why is this happening? What happened to him? What? He just busy. We're all busy. Behavior. He went missing? What do you mean he went missing? He's not missing. I talked to him today. Major hostile torch. Also laid other pillagers attacked by other mobs. Oh boy, that was your little sneeze. Okay, let's see. Do I have anything that that has something about minecarts? Hey, read it. Was in the corner. I can. Yes, give me a second. I need to find it again. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. There you go. Cross by usage, that's fine. Why is this happening though? Why is he... Is it only on like because it's not full ground maybe? No. Huh? Is this a new thing? If these are not reliable anymore, we have a problem. Because how do I solve this problem? He's just getting out. Oh God. There goes my solution. Villagers. Can't find anything. Yeah, I'm looking myself and they don't seem to have anything. Hello James. Welcome in. I mean, posting it on Reddit, sure, but I'm not somebody. I browse Reddit, but I'm not somebody who usually posts on Reddit. I'm trying to keep him in the minecart. Because right now he keeps jumping out. See? And it's not like I'm using ejector rails or anything. These are just simple powered rails. I don't know what's happening. But do you need to keep him in a minecart? Because I want to use him I want to store them as NPCs. I want to make a system where I can ride them in. Online saying chunk reload. Slash chunk. Reload. Chunk. Come on. Wait, I can't do chunk reloads. Huh. Also, no, because it's happening in multiple chunks. Right? It's happened in this chunk. It's also happening in these two chunks. So I don't think it's the one chunk. I think it's another problem. F3 something. I mean, it could be F3T, but those are textures. I don't know what chunks are. Is it F3N? B or G? No. B is hitboxes. G is chunk borders. F3H is all your menus. Oh, there we go. Reloading all chunks. Okay. Nope, still doing it. I just reloaded all the chunks. See, he wasn't even moving. He just jumped out. He wasn't even moving. Oh. How do I... God damn it. It doesn't happen with other mobs. Let's go troubleshooting. Troubleshooting says if it happens with one mob, it should be happening with other mobs as well. Villager. Okay, he's staying in. So it might just be the pillagers. Zombies? No, I tried 2 already. Oh right, I forgot there was zombies or horses now. Okay, he's staying. It's taking up too much space in the hitbox. Okay. Seems to be only pillagers are doing it. Is it because they're tracking something? Too fast? No, in a minute there wasn't almost no speed. Seems like it's only a pillager problem. Let me try like what else is there in here? Vindicator? Oh, him too. Okay. Vindicators. Let's try an evoker now. Okay, so it's Vindicators and Pillagers. Why is the question. Why? Why? So it's Vindicators, Pillagers and Evokers. No, Pillager and Vindicators. Oh god. This is not a problem I was wanting to solve. Boats? Yeah, but boats don't work with rails. And this system would rely on rails. You put a boat. That's extra work. I don't want to do that. Seed contraption also wouldn't work. Not in this situation. Also, that's again a whole another level. If I can do it as simplified as this, why would I do contraptions and stuff? It also relies on the height of the mob, right? Because if I do contraptions, that height goes out of the window. So then the system wouldn't work anymore. Damn, this is annoying. New design. I mean, yeah, sure, but the whole system is broken because they don't work anymore. Huh. Vindicators. Let's see if there's anything in here about my carts. They sprint towards their targets. Fire, patrol, raids. No. Behavior. Set to our player and guns. Wandering traders, no guns. Well, I don't cross the zone or defend him. That's fine. Java Edition. Vindicators are likely to call for help, inciting them all to take the aggressor. They do not call help from other kinds of villagers. Vindicator raiders, in addition to breaking door, can open wooden copper doors like villagers. Ringing a bell gives Vindicators turn glowing effect. Okay. Oh god. History. Let's see. Fifth idle sound. Deck animation. Vinegar has been changed. No longer attack baby villagers. Change the texture. Remove its hood. Unarmed access, no. Huh. Let's see. That's weird. That's weird. Okay. So that's not gonna help us. Anyway. Damn, I had hoped this would work. But apparently it won't. God, how do I do this then? How do I do this then? Minecart contraptions are not going to be useful. That's one thing I can say. Also, I don't want to make contraptions for every minecart that is going to be in this system. Imagine the lag. Why does it do that though? Let's go to Reddit. Villagers. Minecarts. Okay. Anything. The best profit for the future is the past. Ooh, look at that. Witches? No. The mod only works with pillagers. And also, you can't pacify witches. The whole thing, the whole reason I want to do pillagers is because you can pacify them. That's the whole reason. Hopper minecarts. It's all hopper minecarts. Zombie piglins. Nope, those don't stay in the overworld. Iron golems also no. Well, using that because those are not what I need. I don't want to do villagers. I want something different. Okay, think of it this way. When you come into, like, let's say I build up a tavern, right? Or I build up a shop. And there's a bunch of mobs in there, right? We've got some villagers, we've got some whatever, a zombie or two maybe, whatever. People will always know if there's a pillager there, right? People will always have, if there's a pillager in there, they will know I can talk to that guy. It's kind of it. If you do, if there's a pacified pillager in the city, you can talk to it. If a nitwit just happens to spawn into a village, I don't want people to be confused, right? Pacified. I mean, can I? Is there a command to spawn them without having to wait for? Set. Noon. Oh? Why is it not noon? Game rule to daylight cycle. False. Why is it not turning to noon? Huh? Dude, this entire world is just going to crap. Slash summon Pillager. How to do the little squiggly bit. Putting location. I know, but I don't want to. I mean, can I not just do myself? Hand items. Square bracket. You. Square bracket you. Is that it? Doesn't look like it. There we go. So he's now pacified. Let's set up a little track for him. The thing is, if I do this and it works when he's pacified, making the whole system is useless and it's pointless. Because then, why do I need a bank that stores them? Yeah, no, okay. Why? Why are you the way you are? Okay, let's get. Why are you the way you are? Oh God. Because my idea was going to be have one sitting over here, right? In his minecart. And then I do like need to figure out what like their eye level would be, because I think this is going to be too high. And so that would break the entire thing already. Shouldn't be this hard to get you in there. Okay. See, oh God, he's jumped out again. He wasn't even moving. Wasn't even moving. I want to be able to just drop them into like a thing like this, get picked up by a minecart, get stored automatically, and then automatically start pacifying themselves. That's the goal. That's what I want. And to pacify, you want 4 pieces of magma blocks, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will surround this with water, and then on the other side we have let's do I have any pink in here? No. Okay. And on the other side, we have this with like a hole in here. And then this is where you set up your villagers. Chunk borders might be an issue, but only for pillagers? Why only for pillagers? Let's see if it only happens on the chunk border then. 3. No, see, this is all within one chunk, so it can't be chunk border. It's also not speed, because that went really slow. Those go fast. No, those go fast. Like, this is fast. There you go. It's going fast. It's weird. Like, I think I need to get rid of that one. But by doing that, I am risking this card coming up here, which I don't want, so we'll probably have to put in like a slab or something over here so I can still see. I think that should do it. Now I don't know if that slab is going to be enough to stop a minecart. Looks like it. So that would be, this was my idea, right? And then you have a bunch of these looking at villagers, pacifying themselves. And then once they would be done, I could call on them. I could go, oh, I need this guy. Boop. Right? That's kind of the idea. That's kind of the idea. And then we could have another one on this side. And then you can do 20 pillagers at once with 10 villagers. But apparently we'll have to figure out a different system, which I hate, because this would have been so efficient. Okay, so we can't use minecarts. That we've already known. That we already know. Which is annoying, but oh well. Creativity is adapting to limitations. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So on the server I did 1, 2, 3. I did like a cross. The problem with this is that it's very like space consuming, right? To do it like this, you need a lot of space for this. Also, you would have to make it even bigger, because you need to get all the walls in place. The problem with this is it's not efficient at all, because you have to do everything manually, which is something that sounds good but isn't. Now, how could I do this? How could I make this better? How could I make this better? You could line them up again, right? Instead of doing it cross-shaped, you can get rid of these and then just go one here, one here, one here, one here, and just set them manually, basically. Okay, let's do that. There you go. This is just proof of concept, so don't worry about the blocks that I'm using. Ba-da-bum. Trapdoor, any trapdoor would do fine. Honestly, even copycat panels would be fine. And then you just put water in the middle, villager on one side, villager on the other side, and that's it. That's your basic farm, right? Now, how do we automate this? Is the question. How do we automate this? D/fill with water. Oh, I also fixed the problem with the thing where we had problems with the item frame. We had problems on the item frame because they're. Let me show you what I mean. While we think about this, with the cards. So we have these, right? And then if we added a card into this, it would show the back here, but show it the front over here, which we want both of these to show the front. So what I did is I made a card tile, which is kind of like an item frame, but it only accepts cards, so you can't put anything else in here except for cards, and it shows the front of the card. But it acts like an item frame. So if you break it, it gives you back the card and then the tile whenever you break it in vanilla. So that's what I added to the pack. What is a plunderer? What is that? Oh, it's from supplementaries. Interesting. There we go. That's what we want to see. And then we wait. Oh, hello. Okay, hello. I want to get partitions in here. Okay, bucket of water. Okay. Boom. Who wants to go in there? Damn it. Am I gonna have to kill you all? Oh no. Oh no. It's a massacre. There we go. That's better. And we couldn't do the same on this side as well. And then we have double the thing. I have found to be that 4 is your best count because I don't know, they don't seem to hit anytime. If you do 3, like 1 block shorter, sometimes they just hit, which is kind of annoying. Boom. Mm-hmm. There you go. Imagine the efficiency we could have done this with if we could have just used my cards. You know? If only. If only. Seats are still a viable option. I don't think seats are the best option when you're dealing with mobs. I just don't think it is. Try once. The problem is not that it's not gonna work, it's that this is not gonna adapt it. Also, how are you gonna get them onto the seats? I don't want to have to put them on the seats. I just want them to fall into a hole and get picked up automatically. Carry on? Yeah, but I don't want to do it manually. The whole thing about minecarts is you can make a farm that if you put, like, let's say an iron golem here, right, and you fence this off so they can only come straight in, you can drop them all into a hole, pick them all up, and then pacify them automatically. You can just sit there and it'll do it'll do it all for you, right? That's the whole idea. The moment I have to use carry on, I might as well do this. Right? The moment I have to do carry on, I might as well do this. It's gonna be cheaper, it's gonna be simpler, it's gonna work as fast than having to make a contraption, putting them on there, getting the contraption into the system. Right? Might as well just do this. Because this is what? This is 10 of them. Just, you know, pacify themselves. Why is this guy? Oh, he is shooting. He's shooting to another guy. He's shooting to that guy. But that's fine. And look, I'm not opposed to doing it manually. But I do think that it's either fully automatic or you just, you know, don't bother. It takes about 20 minutes though, so this is gonna take a while. What would be fun is this to be like the floor. You can kind of see them through the floor. You can also see which ones are done, which ones aren't done. Also, you would be able to. Oh no, never mind. You wouldn't be able to pick them up. But you could do that and then just pick them up from here. So that's kind of my dilemma. This is where I am at. I don't know what that says to you guys, but I'm not convinced. Not convinced. I'm gonna think about this. I don't have to decide this just yet because we have video coming out of me building the town. Then a video coming out of me and Trollesh playing the game and testing it. Then I need to work on this. Only then. Now what we can think about is a new game. While we let that just kind of, you know, simmer in our brains, we might as well think about how we're going to build one more game. I had the idea to make like a kind of a luck-based quiz, I would call it, where you enter the room, you get a question, yes or no answer, or maybe like a triple spot answer. You have to answer it correctly, and then that will be it, right? And then you keep going until you're wrong. The thing is, how are we gonna do that? Basically, this is gonna be annoying. We want a system that outputs an item. Let me sketch this out. So let's say this is an item, right? We read that item. We let's say we have a renamed potato. A renamed potato. That gets read out. So that's going to be our question. Let's see if I can make a question for us. It doesn't really matter what it is, just something we can get a lot of. What is the chance a drowned drops a copper ingot? Question mark. Right? What is the chance a drown dropped? Boom. Then we have a display. We can kind of figure out what display it is. But I would probably go for advanced if I can find them. Right here. Advanced display. We go boom, boom, boom. Oh, right, you can only do so much, but that would be our display. Boom. Then I need to update that once. Right. What is the chance a drowned drops a copper ingot? And then I would have to stand on one of three squares. Right. We do a one, so that would be A. Then we do B or C. Good faith out there. Oh, this isn't gonna be good faith. This isn't gonna be good faith. That's what we're figuring out. How can we make this not good faith? Right? So aside from this, we would get a question. Oh, we would get answers, right? Boom, boom, boom. So A, B, or C, and then we would have to stand here. So this is now where I am gonna struggle with this. One, I need a way. So what we could do, right, is have this needs to leave enough time to Google it. I mean, these are all content creators, so I assume these would be. Also, this is going to be fast. This is going to be, you got 10 seconds to answer this question kind of thing, right? So we do that. We kind of flicker these on and off. What are the chances? Chance of a copper ingot. It's 11%. Hello Rachel, welcome in. So if I say we have, if I let's say we have an item on here, right? So item is on here, we do you. Right. I'm gonna make some more space because I want to invert this signal real quick for you guys. If I do that, we go redstone. And then, so this would be one module. We would have a couple of hundreds of these, right? ID store the questions in packages. Packaging tree answer items. Yeah, but then I have to repackage them again. Also, I mean, yeah, I could do that. That would be an option. That would be an option. So then what you would do is, what we could do then is have, because we would have to depackage, then repackage, right? The problem is, I think the problem with that, we can try it, but I think the problem with that is that we're just gonna mix them up. They're gonna get mixed up eventually, right? So we do 4 of those, then to repackage. Yeah, but give me a second. So what I would do, right? We filter on that. We say potato is our question, right? So every question, it needs to be a renamed potato. Then we do like this. You sound sick as fuck. I don't know. There's just something. I'm not sick. There's just something in my throat that just doesn't want to go away. It's quite annoying, actually. Okay, let's do that. See, okay, here's my problem with this. This is all good and well, but how do we know what the right answer is? Right? How do we How do we decode what the right answer is? That's my problem, right? You need an item like a red wool, green wool, you know, that encode the right answer. Yes, but not every question is gonna be the right answer. Like not for every question your red wool is gonna be the right answer, right? Because I want these to be mixed up. One time I want it to be A, one time I want it to be C, then I want it to be B, then I want it to be C again. Then I don't want there to be an actual rhythm to it. So, what I still think that my idea of like we decode based on the item that we get, the question that we get, and then from there on out we do our answers, right? And then we can say, oh, this guy is correct. And then on the next question, right? It's this guy, right? I think that is gonna be, it's gonna take a lot of space, but I think that's the way to do it. Is it not? Because then I can just have hundreds of different items that are renamed to questions. And then we have our ABCs again. We do like, and then these don't matter, what it is. You could do 5% writing something, 11%, and let's say 20%. So we do 5, 11. There we go. And then we grab a display link. We go you question, you answer 1, you answer 2, answer 3. Okay, and then from here on out we do extender, you guys, you need to go back 1. That turns that off. This is still not far enough. I need a way to make this more compact, but that's gonna be for later. For now, we'll just set everything back 1. So by default, these will be turned off, right? By default, they will be turned off, and then we'll have another set of these sitting over here. You have package with potato, copper chance, then red concrete, which case would be green wool, be the right answer. You filter out. Okay, so here's I see what you're saying, right? I see what you're saying. The problem is with that The problem is with that is chances are that like in this case, instead of doing wool, you do 3 separate items. Then you don't even need to use an attribute filter. You can just filter on the item, right? Let's say we have 3 very distinct items. These are a bit too close to each other, so we'll do round, square. What other shapes are there in Minecraft? What other shapes are there in Minecraft? Square, line, right? We do a round, square, line. Good. In this configuration, right? Chances are this is always going to be the right answer. Now, if you randomize this, chances are that this still is going to be, even if there's no filters here, right? Chances are that this is still going to always end up to be in the green one is very high. So you would have to almost no, not what I said. Then for an item, which in this case would be green wool, right item. Yeah, but you can't. A package is not a block. You can't read a block. You can't read a package, right? You can't read the contents of the package. You have to unpackage the package and then repackage it. So in this case, you would have to, without looking at how the structure is, right? You store all your packages in one big vault. These are all your questions, right? Then you dispense one of your packages, which is fine, right? Dispense a package. You unpackage that package in here. Yeah, right? You go, boom, your question, your for reread an item encoding question. Reread an item encoding the question, 3 items encoding the answers. An item which is, yes, but it's always going to be the same item. You always need to make sure that this item is correct if you do it like that. This is what's a good real life example of this. It's a good real life example of this. You can't go. You can't go. How do I phrase what I'm thinking of? If you have 3 items, let me grab them. You have green wool, you have red wool, and you have yellow wool, right? These are your colors. That's what you're going for. You can't go. One of these is always correct in any sense. If you're based on the question, because you only have so many slots in an item filter. You only have, I think, what's 18 slots? 18 questions. So that's not a thing I can do. I can't filter all the questions out and then code based on that. So we would have to code based on the color of the block. Which one is correct? No? Is that... I don't get what you say. Percentage round, can you memorize? It's always the middle answer. Yes, that's kind of part of the game. To get through the questions as fast as you can. Now, what I was thinking of is instead of doing it this way, right? Instead of doing it this way, so let me get the diagram again, right? So we decode our questions and then we spread them out. How we spread them out, it doesn't really matter. We have our questions and then we have our 3 answers. We decode that and then we repackage it again. Give me a second. Let me explain. So we store all of our questions inside of packages, inside a box. Every box has 1 question, 3 answers, right? We follow? Every box, 1 question, 3 answers. Yes? Yes? Okay, good. We dispense one of those boxes, or we drop one of these boxes into here, because we have to unpackage that box. We can't read what's inside of the box when the box is a box. We need to open up the box and read all the contents of that box. We follow? Are we still with us? So far? Yes. Okay. So, to be able to read all the contents of the boxes, what we have to do is spread those out. And we have to go, okay, we have our question right there. And then we have answer A, B, or C. Right? And then we need to read out those answers and kind of display them over there. That's the next step. And then once the question is finished, once that round is over, we need to take these items, repackage them into a box, and send the box back over here. That's the whole process. That's what we need to do for one question. Now, the main problem we're trying to solve is how are we doing this? How are we decoding this? So what we can do, what your idea is, we have 3 colors. We have a green, a yellow, and a red. And we go, oh, if this question is what have you had for dinner today, then it's always the red block. Or if this question is what are you going to have for dinner tomorrow, it's going to be the green block. Right? Right? On top of that, you add an item inside a package which is colored concrete. Yes, but there is an easy... I just thought of an easier way to do it. What if... Hear me out. We use this guy. Mechanical arm. And we set this guy to... round robin. Force round robin. Is there a way to randomize these guys? Whatever. We figure out a way to randomize the output. Even better, I think we can do that like so. I mean, we run a belt here. Boom. Give me a second. I'm trying to show you. Let me go brass tunnel. Randomize. And then we say, okay, green is always the correct answer, right? Green is always correct. So now, if we look at this with a smart observer, and we take the block green, and we filter on the block green, we always are going to get green as an output. And that is going to lock our thing in place. So if they stand on, in this case, 5%, the other 2 will drop, they will fall to their death, and we stay. And then the next time, green will be 2, right? Let me, you know what? Screw it. We're doing it now. We'll do that. We go... I need an item filter or list filter with a potato. Here we're gonna do potato. Filter out potato. The nihilist for potato. We don't want potato coming out here. Boom. We only want potato coming out there, and then the colors coming out here. Good. Then we're gonna do. I need power going in that direction. Good. And then we need our let me, you know, I don't really care. How did you show the tags on each items? Oh, that's easy. You just do this. So you go we are gonna have to edit this system a little bit so I have space to go around if need be. So I'm gonna put my item. How do tags and what do you mean tags in the hotbar? That's just tooltips, I think. So if I do that, do you mean the create content underscore observer? Is that what you're talking about? That's tooltips, advanced tooltips. That, and then we're gonna go you are gonna be a that guy. You are gonna be this guy, and you are gonna be that guy, and then you are gonna be this guy, and then we're gonna just power all of those with one of these. Was your huge tag or item list tag? Oh, you do control shift. You shift hover. It's a tooltip thing, advanced tooltip thing. So I now want to use another block because otherwise my brain is gonna melt in a minute. With that, this, and this, and we'll run it. No, I don't want to run it over here. I'll run it over there. I'll do boom. Set you to 2 ticks. That is, of course, not doing what it needs to be doing. There we go. There we go. Alright, so those are just gonna instant update whatever we're doing. And then I need my anvil again. Anvil is not in here. Anvil is in here. We go. Boom, boom. And then a potato. Where is the potato? Chance. Oh god. Chance of copper ingot rock. Round. I'll figure out a way to rephrase this. This is just for testing, and this is 11% because that's the correct answer. Then we do 5% and 11%. No, 20%. Is it? It's an ingot. It's a copper ingot. Did I say nugget? No, it's an ingot. It is correct. What I said was correct. Okay, now we need a packager. And a package. Packager. We'll grab a barrel because that's a little easier. You get a full ingot if you kill it. Yes, you do. If you kill it, you get one. So that would be that. We need you guys. I need to go to the toilet. I want to see this work. Let's do that. Boom, boom. Package. There we go. 11%. This would be correct. So now that is open. Ready to go. Good. Now let's I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick. Cause I need to go, and then we'll figure out a way to repackage everything and see if I can come up with a better system, or like, you know, make it a little more compact or overseeable. So I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see. So we have this already. Now we want to package it back up, temporarily store it, and then repackage it right here. Right? Or redispense it, I would say. How? I think the easiest way to repackage everything would be mechanical arm, grab all the items from all of these guys. Where's the potato gone? Where has that potato gone? Why is it not there anymore? Huh. Strange. Did I pick it up? No. It's in here. Oh. I see. Okay, let me do that temporarily. Potato goes here, of course. I want to grab another one of these and then make one allow list, ignore data, deny list. Does potato now go in there? No, because potato is no longer a potato. Potato is no longer a potato, so that's not good. Also, yes, I just noticed. I think that might be because I'm stupid. There you go. I'm just not smart, people. You gotta remember, not the smartest guy, right? I do, in a way. Can I set this like once and for all? Yes. Okay, so I can do static text, simple text, or just I don't want it to scroll. Static text. If the text is too wide, it is first scaled to this value before the cutoff. This all really depends on what the longest question is. Yes. Okay, so that, and then I hope that remembers it for like the next round. Now let's think about picking all of these up, putting them in a barrel, repackaging it, temporary storage. First of all, we're gonna move this guy over here because that is gonna lower our input a little bit. Then we're gonna have big vault. I would say we do shoot here. That means we can do a big vault with all our questions here, right? That's going to give us enough space to really work with. And then this is going to be our question trigger. No, wait, no, we don't want that to happen. We want big vault like so. So, right. I need to block display link and then right away package everything. Yeah, we can always like lock this. So if we have like a lever or whatever, or a power source, we can just lock this in, and then it's just gonna not update. Or even better, we can yeah, we can lock that in. That should be fine. We could also just do that. Just boop. Locked in. Now it's working again. Locked in. Ooh, it's working again. Locked in. Working again. There we go. Locked in. But I was thinking we do dropper, hopper. So dropper goes here. No, we wanna do that. Dropper goes here. Like so. And then hopper goes there. Right? So we do boop. That's gonna grab it in here, put it in here, in a package. Between questions, yeah, you'll have delay between questions. Yes, I know, but give me a second. We'll think about timings in a minute. We want to make sure that the system works before we think about timings. Okay, we good? We good? Like, we only have half of the system right now, which is a thing, but we'll figure it out. Then we'll grab barrel, another packager, with you. Packager here. Maybe I put this down a little so I can reach it at least. And then we'll do input here. We are gonna grab, make your test roll a server with your subs. No. No. So we're gonna take this, take that, take that, take that, deposit in here. And then I'll put you. No. Oh God, come on. I'm gonna put you up there. Take. Deposit. You go there. So this, and then the moment we read 4 items here. Jamie's joke. I know that it means a joke. If we do that, the moment we read 4 items, we'll do 4. Why is that 4? If I take one out, this one is not triggered. Good. The moment we read 4, we power this guy. Just gonna store it in here, or it should eventually come in here. Wait, does it not? Huh? Where's my package? Not in here, not in here. Not in here. It's not in here. Oh, it's already been dispensed again. Wait, what? It's already been dispensed again. That's kind of weird. Oh. Right. God. Oh. Right, that's not how things go. See, I'm not the smartest when it comes to this stuff. Okay. No, this hopper was picking up the package instead of this one. So it wasn't being stored in here, it was immediately being pumped into our system. So, let's do that. Let's just have him run around. Boom. There we go. Now, packages in here. Great. There we go. And then, this is all without timings, right? All without timings. We'll have a sequenced gear shift in here. That is gonna... let's do that. Hello, bench gaming. Let's do 12 meter, 20 meters. If you do that, the questions will all be in order. Well, yes and no. This is gonna make sure it's random, right? Because this is a 9x9 9x9 randomizer. What the repeating? Yes. Okay. So the repeating part is true. So what we might do is add another volt in here. Let me just add like a temporary holding volt. And then we put this system on that temporary volt instead. Boom. What? How did I do that again? Barrel. Input U. Mechanical arm. Takes here, deposits in there, and threshold switch to dump everything. No, I would dump everything once the game is finished. Right? I would dump everything once the game is finished. Because the game is going to be how fast can you get through this many questions without making a mistake. Okay, so we do 2, 3, 4. Boom. Same problem though. No, so because the way you dump it is not with. You don't dump them with just hoppers. You dump them with these guys. So you go. You do need a better way. I need to lower this guy, or I need to make this guy a little higher. Okay, do that. Then we go. That. Like that. Right? Of course, this isn't gonna work because that guy needs to now go up. Oh my god. Even with droppers, it won't be fully shuffled. It needs a dropper, hopper, dropper. You could also just do instead of that, you do this. And then it is as good as randomized as you can get it. And then you just rotate these. As long as there's something in there, you just keep firing them. But as long as the game is running, you want this guy to be locked. So it just doesn't pick up anything and everything keeps getting stored in here. So let's try this out. Let's see if this works. So we request a question. Boom. And then we need this to be updated. We've got question now. Boom. I mean, yeah, we can keep adding questions, really. That. Then we would fire this guy, have him pick everything up. I need that to be longer then. So that's 20. Let's do 40. And then we have package in here, right? And that's where everything's gonna go. And then once the game is finished, we just fire all of we unlock this guy, fire all of these a bunch of times until all of the packages are in here. Think that is it. And then the only thing that we really need to do is figure out timings. Right? And then of course, like making the game board and stuff. But that's the logic behind it. That's what my idea, but investing already. Yeah, kind of. Now for the logic. Let's. The thing is, for some reason, these are keeping their data. This one loses its data. These ones are keeping their data. So probably the next phone advice. Hey now. Hey now. Okay, so that's fast, right? That's pretty fast. It's also keeping its settings, which is good. Now, let's make another like question. Let's make another question. Let's go with what's another like statistic in Minecraft that people would know about? Minecraft statistics. Like what is okay, no. Minecraft chances. Like for instance, drops. Let's say drops. What's one of those things that everyone wants? Okay, what's the like? What's the chance of a heavy core or Minecraft? Okay, what? Let's do that. Let's do that. I'll make like an Excel list. If I actually do this in game, I'll make like an Excel list. Oh, I can't paste in game. Oh, maybe I should. Okay, so what's the? Oh, maybe let's get rid of the Minecraft. Let's just do. What's the chance of getting a heavy core? And there we go. So green needs to be the right answer, which is a 7.25%. And then we'll do a 12.5%. Space before the question mark? No. You never do spaces before. You never do spaces before symbols. You do spaces after a symbol, not before a symbol. French you do? I've never been taught that. I've never been taught that. Okay, so that's in there now. Now let's do you. Let's see you pick everything up. Boom. Let's have him stop, and then when he stops, we can ask a new question. Okay. That's actually pretty cool. It's before, after. So in what we learn, right? Let me get. Do I have anything open in here that's gonna? Right. So what we learn is if you do question marks, right, or anything, you go sentence, 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 point, space, or sentence, 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 question mark, space, sentence, 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 bracket. No, wait, brackets is space, bracket, no space, bracket, space again. And then exclamation mark, space. That's also, I've heard people ask why I do no space before the line. The point maybe, but never the question mark. Like same thing for my titles. I do line, space. Line, space. Type. I don't know. I think that's pretty clean. It's in every symbol. It's the same for every symbol, even for slashes, space. Points, space. Commas, space. I feel like that indicates a new sentence or a new part of your sentence or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's because that's just how I've been taught it. Maybe that's just why, you know? There we go. Now we have two packages. What we can do with this is if I... let me just do that for now. Let's just put both of those back into our system. Okay. Now we do want to make sure that these are always empty. Check Discord. English and French. Space is English. Within a word, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I'd say we're pretty similar to. I'd say we're pretty similar to English. I would say we're basically the same as English. I don't know. I like it. I like it. We want to fire these when they're full. So we're gonna do this thing where whenever something's in there, oh, we're gonna grab you. If they're empty, come on. If there's one item, I want you to be off. So. And then we are gonna power these with you. Also, we're gonna make it a little faster. Doesn't need to be like 3, 4 is fine. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I want this at the moment. I want there's something in here. I want that to fire. So we need to lock them first and then depower them. That. So now, if we... These should be on. Are they on? They are on. So, if they're empty, they should not fire. And then if there's something in here, let's say we have... Oh, no. Let's say we have question 1. There you go. That's kind of what we want. And then the only thing we really need to do is unlock this guy right here. Once we unlock this guy, we're good to go. So now for timing, we go 1, wait a little bit. We go, so that drop. Your entire language is strict rules, and I don't like it. And I don't like it. Let's say we do question. Turn. Wait. Drop. Wait a little longer. Get rid of question. Nuke, and then rotate back. Why TTS not work? It should be working. Let me refresh my my speaker bot then. Let me refresh my speaker bot. Give me a second.
In French typography, punctuation follows strict rules.
They work now?
No space before, 1 space after. Require a thin non-breaking space before, and a space after. French quotes require spaces inside the quotes. An M dash takes spaces, a hyphen takes none. Using English quotes or omitting spaces before is a digital compromise, not the French norm.
We good now? Okay, I'm gonna do something very ugly, but hear me out. This is a temporary setup. Hear me out. Temporary setup. So if there's 0 in here, I want you to turn on. I was right. Potato, potato. No, I want it to wait. Do I want it to turn off or on? If this is empty, if this is full, I want this to turn on. I know. It's just not how we should do it, but oh well. Oh, you. Peter. Okay, go. Boom. Boom. And then we go for delays, which is pulse repeaters. 2, 3. Wait, this is now empty, right? No, it's one item. Okay, there's 2 items in there. Good. Okay, let's see. So we get question, then timer starts. We're going to give them 10 seconds to answer the question. Then the floor is going to drop, which is going to be next system. Then after that, we're going to go wait 1 or 2 more seconds. We're going to change the question. Or we're going to like rotate out the question, and then after that, which is 40 ticks, I think I did. 2 hours late, apologize. No, you're good. Care to do a recap? We tried figuring out why pillagers don't really do well with...
/ never takes a space on only one side. Correct forms are a / B or a / B, stylistic, both sides, a / B and a / B are always wrong. By default, in both French and English, / has no spaces when linking terms or alternatives, and / or, kilometer / H, 2024 / 2025. Spaces may appear on both sides only for visual layout in running text or lists. Typographically, / is neutral. The correct default is no spaces. Any asymmetry is strictly incorrect.
Are we done now? Can we move on, please? Thank you. We tried figuring out why, how to pacify these guys, which are now all gone because, you know, they were not name tagged, but pillagers. We tried doing pillagers, figured out that minecarts and pillagers don't really work together, so I'm still thinking on a new system to do it. So we started working on a game, which is a bit of a quiz, a little bit of a quiz that we're gonna do. A little bit of quiz. Where was I? Okay, let's do You will grab one item and then a bunch of other items. So we'll do this guy. Then, so we start with that guy. Wait a second, or wait a little bit. Then we have a mystery item. We go red, 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 red. So, question. Boom. Question. Mystery. Then rotation. Rotation. And then after rotation, new question. Wait, is that it? Is that it? Question. Dun, 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 drop. Dun, dun, rotation. New question. I think that's it. I think there's only 3 steps in this whole system. Yeah, there's only 3 steps in this whole system. Chat, there's only 3 steps in this whole system. We can cut out this entire part, I think. I hope. I hope. And then we do redstone here, which is gonna return ourselves a new question. Maybe we do have a bit of a delay on this, because mostly want to have a delay on this so that that guy has time to retract when necessary. So now we just need to get you guys settled. I need one of you on this guy, which we'll put on the bottom here so that I still have a button to work with if necessary. I'll grab you on here. I need to figure out how many ticks this is. It's not 10 ticks. Oh, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Boom. 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 Wrench. Okay, let's try this out. So we should get question. Wait 10 seconds, well, 12 seconds in total. Then rotate out in that order. And then after rotation, we want to do... Let's do 3 seconds. And then we should get a new question. Are we ready? Question? Good. Drop. Question gets rotated out. New question. Damn it. That one's way too long. Okay. So I need this to wait longer. 4. No, let's not do 4 seconds. Let's do 8 seconds. Sounds like hello neighbor. It could be. And then we do this. And that's gonna return everything in here. At least it should. Oh, wait, what? Did I make a clock that I don't know about? Oh, I did. You should rotate it out as soon as possible. No. I mean, they still have to be able to answer the question. I have 1 here. I have 2 here. Okay. That's not where a water wheel should go. So now we should have 2 packages in here. Good. Let's try this again. Start a quiz. It's 11%. We stand on here. The rest drops down. Right. Boom. Next question is too long. What is it? What is it? 12. It's 7.25. Block the display link. I realize observer won't work then. What do you mean observer won't work? Observer still works. They're in here. But they're not being used right now. In the first place, so that the arm can put things in the barrel. I don't see the point in locking it though. I mean the system. Because, I mean, it's doing... Worked on depots. They do. But you still need to be able to... I need this... Need all the items to be in here so that I can package them back up. Okay, so I do like that this works. As long as there's something in that barrel, right? This loop is existing, and then once that barrel is empty, this loop disconnects, so the game ends. You have that, right? What's your chances? We're in the right square. Boom, right there. And it gets taken out. We wait for those to quit. Okay, this one, those 10 seconds or those 8 seconds are too long. There we go. It's 11%. There we go. I thought that as soon as the question appears on screen, you should lock the display link and package the question back up. Yes, that you want this to be on there as always, as long as you can. Let's see if that timing's better. Boom, 11%. We could make that shorter as well. Maybe 10 seconds is a bit too much. Those get rotated out. And then next question. That's better. That's faster. And more arms, less delay. We could have an extra arm, but also arms are pretty laggy as it is. So trying to avoid as many mechanical arms as I can is probably better. Now we're gonna try and figure out how we can like make like a board, right? That kind of throw like it kind of just, you know, pulls away or something. Maybe something like that. We could probably do something with slabs. So if let's relocate and let's bury all of this underneath the board. Maybe not underneath the board because I do want people to fall to their death. Or maybe not their death. Maybe their death is a bit of a... Although, no, I like it. Opens like a double-sided trapdoor. Yeah, that'd be fun, but we could also like slide the ground back. You know, we have a system where you have, let's say, where you have a floor that exists entirely out of slabs, right? we give them some space in between each of these to run around and kind of do their thing. Mostly allows us to do our thing, because we were going to have to wire all of this up. So, and then underneath that, if I can place things. Raise them. That's all good, but that is a whole lot of mechanical stuff, which we can also just solve with one block. Otherwise, it's 2 moving parts, and the more moving parts you have, the easier it is for things to break. So what I would do is do that. Boom. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We go clutch, clutch, clutch. So and then you just power this. You have this constantly powered. Oh no, wait. I want a gear switch on this, a gear shift on this, my bad. You have this constantly powered in that direction. Boom. Right? Then you have a floor. For now, we'll just do this. Temporary blocks. We'll do the design of like the game field and stuff. We'll do another time, but for now it's just the technical stuff. Boom, boom, boom. So they would have to stand on the squares, and then what you do is when this happens right here, right? We go boom, delay. Let's do what, 20, 40 ticks, depends on how fast you want things to go. That is going to be our receiving end. For these guys. Okay. Where is this one? So that is going to power that. Going to do that. But what we're going to do is over here, right? Over here, we're going to go with their colors. Doesn't really matter which colors they are, but for now we'll just do red, green, that. There we go. And then on here, we'll do that, that, and that. Go. These are all going to be that. And then we go around in a circle. So now we have 3 platforms, right? Let me redo this as well so that we have them up here. That. We'll have a display on each of these, and then a display over here. That's 5 wide, or let's make it wider for no reason whatsoever. Static text, rich text, middle. Let's set it to. I said what? Through. Let's do 40. 40. There should be a way that you can do that so that it's like all the same. You know, you don't have to do it three times each time. Then we're gonna get rid of all of these. Nope. You, we're gonna be question. Then we do need to be careful because that's green. That's this guy. So that enter is supposed to be here. And then that one's yellow. That answer is supposed to be here. And then the last one is supposed to be here. Okay, so technically, I can add a button somewhere here that starts this entire game for us. There. Am I gonna have to add some sound effects? Yes, I will, but overall, that should start the game. Should be seeing a question now somewhere. Oh no, I didn't reset the system. Never mind. Never mind. Let's reset the system real quick. Boom. That's a reset system. Let's try this out. Should be getting a question. What's the chance of a heavy core? 7.25. And then those are gone now. Boom. What's the chance? Oh, 11%, same square. And then those are going to drop again. Maybe let's make a mistake. Let's make a mistake. Oh, I get pushed on here. Maybe I do want like a full block, like rim, you know? Maybe I want a full block rim. Just so that if it happens, if I do get a mistake, I don't get pulled back onto the thing. Okay, so we're ready to go. We start the quiz by punching that button. Boom. Boom. Let's see. That's good. I can't really see what's happening though. And then let's make a mistake. It's this one. Hey, we drop. I don't know if I'm gonna drop them into lava, or I'm just gonna drop them into a loser pit, and then they have to like walk the way out of shame. Now, what I do want to do is count this guy and then check how many packages there are. Because I think, here's what I think. I think it might be cool to have like a choice. To have like a choice where you can do first to like 20. And if you get to 20, you get a price. Or you want to go as far as you can go, right? And then it's just for time or for amount. So you can do like a time trial and then a mount trial. I feel like that's would be pretty cool, you know? Yeah, you know? What time is it? I do have a little more time. What are we thinking? Are we liking this idea or not? Do we like the idea or not? Seems complicated. What? The time or amount trial? I don't think it's complicated. It's an OR switch, right? You just put like a lever somewhere or a button selector where you just add like a button selector that if you want option A or B, and they both just select a line that you need to control. It's actually quite an easy setup. That's just a T flip-flop. Just on or off. That's probably the easiest part of this entire system. The thing is, but this is gonna be something we're gonna do when we design the actual like game field, the building and stuff around here. Is wind conditions. We need to think about that, right? If we do as far as you go until you either are out of. Okay, so let's do this, right? We have 3 options for wind conditions. We either have I have notepad still open, right? We have wind condition 1 is let's do 2. We've got first to 20, which is time trial, right? Time trial. That has the condition, wind condition. Get to 20, right? And that equals your time added to the board, right? To the top 20, whatever, top 10, whatever. If you do, instead of first to 20, you go until you're wrong, right? Then there is a win condition of you run out of questions. Questions equals win, right? I would say if you do this, you have to have an additional sub condition where if you pass threshold equals prize, right? You get to 20 also equals time on board plus prize, right? So that would be my win conditions. Now, how can you lose? So those are our win conditions. Lose is mistake. That's it. Then over here also Oh, it's the same thing. So the only lose condition is if you're wrong, you fall. What do we need to track? So here we need to track amount of packages solved without wrong, you know. And then over here, what we need to track is no, wait. No, we do. We need to do that. Plus, we also need to track time. And then here, it's only amount of packages sold without wrong. That's basically what we need to do. So for both of these to work, we need to track the time. So this would be done with a clock, with a timer. And then that is gonna track until 20, right? If they're wrong, if they fail, too bad. That also reminds me, I need to figure out a trigger that is gonna, if they fall, trigger the entire system. Which, you know, is a thing that we'll have to do. I mean, I would go string, right? I would go tripwires. Right? Or we need to wait until you drop more than 20 questions. I'll advise you to change holding vault to dump when main is empty, not at the end of the game. Why would I not drop it at the end of the game? What would be the difference? Well, because if I do that and when this is empty, it wouldn't make sense, would it? No, because then you'll just keep answering questions. If necessary, you can make this vault bigger. Doesn't have to be a 2x2. Could be 3x3. A 3x9. Sorry. Thinking of how I could do that. If I, let's say, let's just test this out real quick. If I do, imagine you have 100 questions, you'll only play with a subset of 20, same as always. Not necessarily. I don't think so. Am I wrong on that? I might be wrong on that. I wouldn't. Going on the holes though? What prevents you from not going on the holes? I mean, at that point, it's up to the... This is a world where only creators will play on, right? Except for like the world download, but then you're on your own discretion. And then that's your thing, you know. But for content creators, I would assume that, you know, first of all, the only people that are on here are people that I trust. That's one thing. Two, the only people that are on here, I would kind of guess that they would be honest, you know. And if they make a mistake, just, you know. I own up to it. Let's do that. So now, if we fall... we trigger something up there, which can then stop the game. Do you invite or request to? What do you mean? Like people, like non-creators? I'm not sure on how I'm gonna invite people. For now, I'm probably just gonna keep the people that I know in the Minecraft sphere, and like just ask them if they want to come on or not. I don't know how that's gonna evolve though. You know, this might not be a thing. This might just not... People might not want to. That's a reality that I'm ready for. I'd be like 20 people, right? Also... Yeah, if they come up to me and they're like, yeah, hey, I saw what you're doing. I'm excited to can I play? First, I'll kind of like scout out a little bit, because again, I don't have infinite server space. That's one. Two, I don't want people to come on here and then start. How do I say this in a diplomatic way? Right? This is a project that I am working on, not that they are working on. So I want people to come in here with a sense of, you know, just we're here to play a game, not here to criticize everything that this guy has done. They are going to be in adventure mode, which means that they're not going to be able to like mine blocks and do stuff. They're only going to be interacting with stuff that I want them to interact with. So if they're not okay with that, and they start being butthurt about the fact that they can't just go and dig out a mountain, or they can't go and blow up my bases, then they can also expect not to be invited next time I open up the server, you know? It's a matter of just respect, right? I'm opening up my world that I worked on hard, right? And the games that I designed, and I feel like it's a matter of respect that you just kind of here to do what I intend to do. Oh yeah, no, I 100%. I'm always backing up. I've got automatic backups on. But I feel like how would one say this in a respectful, like, if you're invited, it's the same thing. I invite you to my house. I don't want you guys to go through my cupboard and to my through my snack cabinet and try like start opening up everything, right? I invited you to play games in my house to play games, and we're gonna play games together. Maybe you guys can play with your friends and I'll play with my friends, but you're still in the same house. You're respectful for the furniture in the house, you know? That's kind of the mentality I'm going for. And if that's not something that you're up to, you can also not join the server. That's how easy it is. If you keep pushing about getting more rights or builder rights. Yeah, I was already kind of winding down, because I think for now this is all the technical stuff. We just hook up these tripwire hooks to do this stop sequence to this guy, right? That just returns everything into the vault and resets everything else, and that's it. That's all the technical stuff then. And then we have to do the start sequence, but that's all for next time. That's all for next time. Also, next time we'll have done the test runs, because I'm doing that tomorrow with Rolash, not on stream. But I'll be recording it. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a good start of y'all's weekend. I'll be live again on Saturday. Same hours, 7:30 my time, so 7:30 Central European time, and I'll see you all then. And yeah, have a good weekend. Bye.